Hey everyone. So I'm going to do yet another episode of local bands I recommend, and this time it is once again going to be another UK edition of this series. Basically what I do in this series is talk about a bunch of bands, and in these specific episodes I'll talk about a lot of bands from a certain place. So in this case I'm going to be talking about a lot of bands from the UK that I think people should check out, and I'll give a song recommendation by them, talk a little bit about them, like what kind of music they have out, what genre they are, etc. And I'll leave the links to their social medias as well as a link to the song that I recommend by them all in the description below, so if you would like to check them out and follow them online, you can do so. I honestly don't think I've done this in a while, and I'm really excited to be doing this again because these are honestly some of my favorite videos to make on here, and I love doing what I can to help, I guess, promote a bunch of bands. With all that being said, let's get started. The first band I'm going to talk about is Homewrecked. They are a pop punk band from South Yorkshire. They currently have one EP out called When All Goes Wrong, and I heard about these guys, I don't even remember, several months ago, I'm pretty sure, whenever this EP came out, or around that time. And I heard the songs Anxious Minds Think Alike and Never Say Never, and I really fell in love with their music since then. I'm actually hoping to get a copy of their EP on vinyl pretty soon. But yeah, if you're into just really high energy, catchy pop punk, then I highly recommend these guys, and the song I recommend is Never Say Never. The next band I'm going to talk about is Kilkovec. They are a, I guess, punk alternative kind of band from Hampshire. They released a record this year called Plunge. I've heard a lot about these guys earlier this year, again, around the time that this record came out. So I went back and listened to a few of the songs a while ago. I don't think I did a review of it, but I think the record is pretty good, and if you're into that style of punk music, then I highly recommend these guys. And the song I recommend is called Change, and it is obviously off that record. Next, I'm going to be talking about Skyway Avenue. They are a pop punk band from Bournemouth. I actually heard about these guys through one of the members of the band. I can't remember what he does in the band, but he posted a video about songwriting on the band's YouTube channel, and through that's how I honestly heard about the band. They have an EP called Small Talk, and they have an album out called Comic Book Crush, and the song I recommend is called Battle Scars, and it's probably one of the catchiest songs I've heard from them. Up next, I'm going to be talking about Everyone and Anyone. They are a pop punk band from North Wales. I heard about these guys earlier this year. They have an EP out that just came out in June, and they put one out, I believe, in 2016. But their new EP, A Page from a Journal, is actually how I heard about this band in the first place, and that was my first impression of this band, and I personally think it was a great first impression. I actually reviewed that EP, so I'm going to put the link to the written review in the description below if any of you want to read it. The song I recommend by them is Better Days, and it is off that EP. Next up, I'm going to talk about a band called Pine. They are a pop punk band from Liverpool. They currently have one EP out called Wisdom Teeth, and the song I recommend is off that EP is called Empty Head. Finally, I'm going to talk about Sullen State. They are a pop punk band from Liverpool. Currently, they only have one song out, and it is called Plot Hole, so that's the song I recommend by them. So that's episode 2 of Local Bands I Recommend UK edition. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a like, and if you're interested in checking out any of these bands, I'll leave their social media links in the description, as well as the songs I recommend by each band. If you want to see more episodes of this series, I have a playlist of all the episodes that I've made so far, so I'll leave that in the description as well. If you want to see more music-related videos, be sure to click subscribe. And my friend Caroline and I actually have a website called Live a Little Bit Louder, where we do interviews, reviews, and more. So if you want to check that out as well, I'll leave the link to that in the description, as well as the Facebook and Instagram for that. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.